Hey guys, how's it going? Let's see. Exciting day. Crazy stuff going on. I'm going to give it a minute for everybody to come on. Hopefully everybody got the message from the other page. If not, then, unfortunately, you may miss it, but I will upload it afterwards so that everybody can see it. All right. You got any issues with sound or anything like that? Anybody on? Okay. We got sound, so we're good there. Let's see, we got like 9 people on. We'll give it just a minute more. Yeah. Yeah, Jenny. Busy day. Crazy. Yeah. Interesting. You know, it's we were expecting it though, so you know, it's different. But you know, it's nothing we weren't expecting. So that's the good news is we had preparations in place. You know, we're getting everything going. Thank you, Julie. Good to know we got all this, you know, makeshift studio set up and good to go here. So, anyway, yeah, crazy times. All right, Nick, how you doing, man? All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started here. You know, welcome, we the people, right? That's what this is about. We the people, and you know, it's going to be us and our message, our voices continuing to be heard. That's going to really make this happen. I want to look up a quote real quick for everybody. It's one of my favorite ones. I've posted it before. And it is by far one of my all-time favorite quotes. Let's see, here it is. So it's Samuel Adams. It does not take a majority to prevail, but rather an irate, tireless minority, keen on setting brush fires of freedom in the minds of men. So that's what we are doing, you know. That is our mission, to set brush fires of freedom in the minds of mankind. At least U.S. citizens, and quite honestly, I've talked to people in other countries. What we do here with this and how we handle it will affect so many other countries. We will be the leaders, so you know that's part of the responsibility that we have to make sure this thing goes off so perfectly. Is you know to do that because we will lead the world. You know, it's crazy to think that this you know band of brothers and sisters that we've put together here on this thing, you know, can affect the entire world. But we can, and you know, I'm excited as hell, especially with what's currently going on. It's freaking amazing. It really is. So, real quick, you know, motivational tip of the day. You know, we talked about setting your alarm. We talked about getting up, taking care of yourself. Next thing, you know, write up a quick battle plan for your day. You know, even though you may not have a ton of stuff when you first think about it, now is definitely the time to be using battle plans for the day. Write up all the stuff you want to get done. You know, I used to have a horrible time getting to sleep at night because I'd sit there with, you know, unfinished things in my head floating around that I needed to take care of. I'd, you know, be almost asleep. Oh, I forgot I got to call Jim. Well, then I couldn't get to sleep because, you know, I would sit there with that thought in there, worrying that I wouldn't call Jim the next morning, that I would forget about it. So what I would do is I would keep my notebook next to my bed, and I did this for probably about 6 months, and then now I fall asleep like instantly. But you know, I just if something came up for a little while, I just write it down. Now I don't even need to do that. I just mentally put it away as something I need to write down first thing in the morning. First thing in the morning, I write it down and I'm good. So it really, really helps with motivation, with getting to sleep, with staying active, with getting stuff done. Especially because there's just so much to do here with us. So just a helpful tip there. Today we're going to kind of combine the current events and and what we're doing with the state of the revolution. So, state of the revolution and current events. We were shut down by Facebook. Our main event page was shut down, so we lost all the events. And we lost the connection to everybody who's just on that page. But that's why I've been preaching for days now. This is coming. We have to spread out. We can't be clumped all in one place. We need to move out and be the multi-headed Hydra. We need to build a spider web amongst ourselves that is so tight and so strong that nothing can break through it. So, that's what we've been focused on. That's been our main thing today. I was in the middle of interviewing a lawyer here in Illinois about topics and things that we all need to know, not just here in Illinois, but everywhere. And I kind of had to put that on pause because I got, my phone just blew up with notifications about the page being shut down while I was on that call. So I jumped right on this. Jenna was on it right away. Eric's been on it. Just a lot of people have been on this from as soon as it started, and we were pretty prepared for it to happen. So that's the good news. If you haven't already, subscribe to the YouTube channel. There's tons of links up. That'll be the slowest route that we get kicked off. They'll demonetize or whatever before they kick the account. So that one will probably last the longest. I'm in. We're still getting the website up and running. Fee over in New York, she has a temporary one if we need to be able to push out to. She bought a domain and got just something simple up pretty quickly. That's a thing. So, if we need to, Fee, if you're on, if you want to throw up a link, or if you see this later, throw up a link to that just as a backup. We can keep that active. So, beautiful thing. Everybody's thinking, oh crap, they shut us down. They're silencing our voices. Quite the opposite, because we were prepared, because we knew this was coming. What they don't understand is this is actually to our benefit. We're actually going to use this. This is the chance that gives us a national platform, and definitely like local broadcast platform. To spread the word even further. Every conservative media out there is going to be interested in this. Do me a favor, state leaders, if anybody's reaching out to you, send them to me. I want to, just spit out the exact same message that we've been spitting out. Keep it nice and clean so nobody can distort what we're saying. I'll get the research on whether they're conservative or whether they're a liberal group that's just going to twist our words. I also have, the agreements in place so that, they can't publish anything without my pre-approval first. So, forward anything to me. If somebody, a couple people have already done this. We had a couple people post that they were interested, and, I got tagged in that right away. So keep doing that. That's the best way. Oh, great, Bree. That's awesome. Reached out to... she says she reached out to the Liberty Hangout to see if they'd be interested in covering some of these protests. Absolutely, that's awesome. If anybody's wanting to do interviews beforehand, especially because, and this is where I was saying, the shutdown is actually something that can garner us national attention. So they think it's going to be something that they're stopping the message. It actually gives us a platform to be able to push the message further. So that's the beautiful thing. On all of these new pages that are up, please, guys, make sure you're not posting anything, anti-vaccine, anything labeled conspiracy theory. I'm not going to get into what I believe and what I don't believe. I think y'all would be surprised what I believe. I just don't want to get into any of that. And the methodology is that the algorithm looks for that. Whenever you post that stuff, the algorithm picks it up and it labels the whole page as a red flag. So, we want to try to keep it up a little bit longer this time so we can keep going with things, keep spreading the message. Facebook is still a great platform to be able to share things to. So we want to keep doing that. And, that just hurts us. So, all of the groups are growing phenomenally fast. Eric worked out an arrangement with another group out there that was already doing something. I believe we're in like the hundreds of thousands as far as people reached on that. They're a great group. They've got some tools that we're hopefully going to be able to use. I tried to get a hold of the lady today, left her a message. She'll hopefully get back to me. Some people are still working during this thing. Many of us are not. So, that's kind of how that goes. The YouTube is growing pretty quick. It's starting to pull attention from YouTube as well. So we're starting to get not only people from Facebook, and this is the thing. The more people who go to Facebook, the more Facebook goes, YouTube goes, oh wow, this is exciting, interesting information. People want this, so they start broadcasting it out to everybody else. We start to rank higher for those topics, so it pulls in their viewers. So guys, you got to get on YouTube. You got to subscribe to this thing. It helps us spread the message faster. If we can get a video up on YouTube and we can hit that sucker with millions of views, our message is out to millions of people, new people that aren't on Facebook, that don't necessarily have Twitter. YouTube is the number 2 search engine in the world, right? So you go search for something, and they're partnered with Google, so they are essentially number 1 and number 2, right? You go to Google, search for something. If it's on YouTube, it shows you right away. So it shows you the first couple ranked ones. So that's where we got to be on YouTube. We got to get everybody into there so that we can start pulling in YouTube audience as well. That's really the thing. I mean, we've doubled the YouTube subscribers since yesterday. I think it's huge. It's going big. But spread the word as far as YouTube goes. Anybody out there, if you're on Twitter, we have a great guy running that now. Mario, you're awesome. He's also a graphic designer, so he's coming up with neat stuff, and that's actually going to get used in other places. So we're going to borrow some of his designs in, Facebook, in Instagram, stuff like that. But the Twitter handle is American_Rev2. That's REV2. So, jump on there, share stuff, follow, all that good stuff. Tag us if you see interesting posts and things like that. YouTube, we're not quite there yet as far as having a specialized handle for that. So, but grab stuff off of Facebook, grab stuff off of YouTube, grab stuff off of Twitter, and throw it up on Instagram if you guys have accounts. We want to spread the word there too. Instagram is a great platform. I'm not part of it, and had a little bit of trouble getting that up and running. Just somebody to do that while we're doing everything else as well. So that's kind of the state of the union. One more thing. So like the Illinois group yesterday, we announced that was going, and I want to say. We had, I want to say when we first talked, it was like 1.5 thousand members. We put their link up first, and their link, by the time we did the video, was at like 3,000. So we had already doubled it. And Kristen, correct me if I'm wrong, please. Maybe you guys had even more than that, but I know you guys had a good amount of followers that you brought into this movement. But then, when we released that, they're already jumped to over 5,000. I think we're close to like 6,000. So we not only doubled, we doubled again in size in the Illinois group. So, we've been pulling a ton of people into the other groups. We have several groups that are over 100, several groups that are over 50 now, several groups that are over 500. So, I mean, right now we're talking, just and include LA in that. So, we're talking, there's hundreds of thousands of people that are going to be showing up at these things. It's going to be huge, and that's what we're going for. We're going for a gigantic nationwide message. I constantly have people coming to me and sorry about that. You probably got a slight freeze there. I really forgot to shut off the thing. There's Nick. There's 4,000 to 5,000 still waiting to be vetted. So there's applicants still waiting in Illinois. We started right away with Illinois and started pushing a bunch of stuff out there, accepting a bunch of people into the group, and it unfortunately some trolls got in there. So we're being a little more careful as we're accepting people, making sure that they're not weird. They're not just joining the group to cause problems. So we had that on one of the videos the other day. Somebody jumped on and he was just being a jerk. So anyway, that's kind of the message there. We're helping other groups grow tremendously, their numbers for their events, and we're welcome to co-sponsor, put this stuff out. To cooperate together. So, another guy said they were looking to do an event sooner than that. They had a bunch of followers. I said, great. We'll promote your event. You promote ours. So, that's another couple hundred people that are coming to events. That was in New York, I believe. Real nice guy up there. And we just keep growing and growing. And that's why we set the May 1st, because we knew not only would we have time to grow and keep organized and do this thing right, but also, April 30th, we've got a lot of people right now who are like, no, they're going to open it up. April 30th is the end of this thing, and, that's it. That's fine. You can think that. The evening April 30th, when they say, no, we're going till the 15th or the 30th of May, or into June, whatever it is, and it's still closed down, we're going to have people just showing up all of a sudden. So, our numbers from what we have predicted that we're going to have show up may double that night, okay? So that's kind of the tactics of things and why we're doing the way we're doing. We are trying to keep exactly how we're doing it, whether it's going to be an on-foot thing or whether it's going to be a gridlock, a little bit tight to the vest, just because we don't want to be stopped. They've started doing these gridlocks, so they're starting to realize how to stop those, and just throwing up roadblocks is enough. And then you prevent the whole thing. It's a game. It's a chess game. So, that is one of the things we're kind of attempting to prevent, is their knowing exactly what we're going to do. We're just all preparing to be there. And that's what we're going to do. We're all going to be at these things. I will be in Illinois at the big one in Chicago, because Pritzker finally announced that's where he's going to be on May 1st. He's going to be in Chicago. So I'm going to be there at that time. We actually are going to be there right when he's there making his daily announcement. He will absolutely hear us from the windows. So, that is the beautiful thing. We are going to have a secondary group, because we don't want to leave out Southern Illinois. I used to live down in Carbondale. Love Southern Illinois. I live up here north now, so it is what it is. But we are going to have another group for people who can't drive that far or can't get there down in Springfield. But the main event is going to be Chicago, guys. That's where we're going to put the focus on. That's where we're going to get the media attention on this thing. So that's kind of where we're going with everything. That's where we're focusing. Like I said, the tactic right now is tight-knit spiderweb connections. We need to be so unbreakable with communication. I just got off of a group chat with a good majority of the state leaders earlier. Janae set that up. And we are getting everybody onto Signal now and getting that set up. Tomorrow morning we're going to be communicating a little bit more. We've got graphic designers and printers that are coming out of the woodwork and wanting to help. We've got web designers who are jumping in. We've got all kinds of stuff. The new group is AR2 main page. That's what you're looking for. AR2 main page. Correct me if I'm wrong, Nick, but that I believe is the main group. And Nick, if you could just throw up a link to it, or Jen A, if you're still on, if you could throw up a link to that, that'd be great. But that's the main page, and then we've still got all the group pages. We want to keep everybody connected to both, because we're going to be communicating through both, and we want to prevent this thing from happening. Keep the message coming through. They can't stop the message, right? That's where we're at. But I got to tell you, this is an exciting time. When I started this thing, it felt a little bit like revolutionary kind of thing, But right now, with them censoring, I don't want to say it's free speech because it's a corporation. They do have the right to ban our speech on their platform, just constitutionally speaking. But there's a whole mess of laws in that thing. But the bottom line is they are censoring our speech when all we're talking about is constitutional rights. We're talking about the fact that constitutional rights are being taken away, and they're literally taking away more rights. So, we're going from tyrannical dictatorship to fascism. Come on, guys. This is ridiculous. This is not communism. We are not a communist state. We're not a socialist state. We're not a fascist state. But they've got it combined with the communism and the fascism now. They've got this thing running. But it's us, we the people, that are going to beat this thing. We're the ones who are going to beat them, because ultimately, all of their power comes from us. And we need to remind them that they work for we the people. They don't rule us. They work for us. That needs to be one of our primary messages. You don't work, you work for us. You don't rule us. Perfect chant right there. Thank you, Nick, for the link there. It was AR2 main page. We switched over the names of the other ones in hopes that that would also get less notice, and possibly delay being removed from there, because we do want to keep the message rolling on Facebook as much as we can. Definitely share all you can, especially with the Facebook, and most importantly the YouTube. That's going to be the one that is going to be the slowest to stop, and that's going to give us a huge secondary platform, right? So it's going to be huge. It's freaking amazing. Wait until this thing starts getting some national media attention. People are just going to be coming out of the woodwork joining this thing and standing up with us. The more people who hear it, the more amazing it is. So, I've already had, like I said, some media platforms reach out to me, conservative ones, and those are the ones I'm taking. As the conservative guys, I don't want the message distorted or twisted. I want to make sure that they can't do that. So I'm giving the opportunity to any conservative station out there. I'm open for interviews, and we are more than happy to get this message going. We are a responsible group. We are a respectful group, but we are a group who deserves our rights and demands our rights. So we the people, we're going to kick their butts. Peacefully. All right. So that's what I got, guys. Rock on. We the people.